In my previous video, I introduced you to a stripper friend of mine called Uncanny Canyon. I'm sad to report that since that video, our relationship has taken a bit of a heartbreaking turn. I'd like to read for you, if I could, an email that I sent to Uncanny Canyon just this morning. My dearest Uncanny Canyon, you were great on stage the other night. Your physical appearance very closely resembled the physical appearance of so many other strippers I've come to know over the years. But something was off. Something wasn't right. Something was eerie. But at the time, I just couldn't put my finger on it. Legally, the strip club has rules against that. Anyway, do you remember that stretchy face effect in the Soundgarden Black Hole Sun video? No? You were 6 at the time? Well, I've enclosed a screenshot from that video in anticipation that you were probably too young to remember it. See that? See how weird looking that is? I thought your stage name, Uncanny Canyon, was just an allusion to your gaping vagina, but I see now that it likely has a different origin. Sucks that I had to write that email, but I found that masochism works best when sent via email or text message. Late at night, somewhere near her birthday is probably the best time to do it. There's this strange phenomenon called the Uncanny Canyon or the Uncanny Valley that's traditionally reserved for physical character development, like robotics or puppetry or animated cartoons, something that requires some sort of 3D space or the illusion of 3D space, as is in the case with the animated cartoons. What this means is that the closer a character gets to resembling a human form, whether that be physically or the emotional renaissance, whatever that might be, the more empathy we have for that character, the more sympathy, I guess I should say, we have for that character until a certain point. And this point is the Uncanny Valley or the Uncanny Canyon. Maybe a diagram might make this a little better. So insert chart right here. The y-axis is grading the emotional connection or the sympathy we have for a character, whereas the x-axis is the closer something gets to looking like a human being. So we've got this little gradual curve up here. It gets to a certain point, it kind of dips and then comes back up. Let me plot some known characters on this map for you. So right here at the bottom corner, we have R2-D2. Doesn't quite look human, but there are human characteristics. It is capable of communication. It's capable really of emotion. So it's sort of at the bottom, but it is still, you can still connect with it on a human level. Now, as we move up the line here, we get to WALL-E. WALL-E from the Pixar animated film from a few years ago. WALL-E is also a robot, much like R2-D2, but he's able to convey much more emotion with his eyebrow flap things that move around. He's able to kind of like turn his eyes in kind of a sad face, and so he can translate human emotion on a much better way than R2-D2 could. Now you keep moving up the ramp here, and you get to Meatwad from Aqua Teen Hunger Force. Meatwad is he's very funny, very clever. He is capable of a much wider range of emotion than either of the other two that we're looking at. So you can see he gets very close to being able to connect with human beings, even though he doesn't quite look like human. He has eyes, he has a mouth, he has arms, but he gets very close. And here's where the interesting part comes in. You keep going up this line, eventually you get to a little dip, the Uncanny Valley here. I placed here a image of a sex doll. Now, let's ignore the fact that it's a sex doll, but and just look at the fact that it doesn't quite look right. There's something wrong with the face. There's just something wrong with the posture, the skin color. Something about it immediately freaks you out. And that is what is the Uncanny Canyon. So you've got a character that just ekes you out, even though by all measures it resembles a human being, or at least is supposed to. And then you get to a certain point where the character is so close to resembling humanity that we then are able to have that emotional connection all over again, no matter what. And that's where I pasted this here. This is actually a computer-generated simulation of a human being. That's not actually a human being. I know. Impressive. So what's the writing equivalent of all of this? It would be character. When writing fiction, you've got to make sure to stay away from writing a character or writing something that's overly stereotypical as much as possible. Your characters must be real. And the easiest way to do this is to always be conscious of writing cliche, of not wanting to write something that's been written before too many times before. And I don't necessarily mean just the large cliches that we all know about and your obvious stereotypes and your genre tropes like the prince has to be handsome or strippers have to have orifices equal in depth and girth to geological transformations. I mean more subtle things, even like describing a person's hair as silky, toothy grins, that term. I hate that term. Characters vomiting when they are shocked or very nervous or something like that. Giving assholes in your stories a pet puppy to show their emotional range. These types of things turn characters into characters, and you need to avoid them. So the bottom line is to remember this: be original. If something has been written once before, that quite literally means it's been written before. So don't write it again. Trust your gut. When you're writing, you have to learn to understand and respect that gut feeling you get. When you put a sentence down, something inside you, if it's not a sentence that's working, something inside you says, I'm just not sure about that sentence. You need to trust that. You need to get rid of that sentence, or at least highlight it, circle it, do something knowing that you're going to go back and change it. So trust your gut. Get rid of all cliches. And you will be a better writer, hopefully. Please remember to subscribe above to receive my twice weekly videos. Saturdays and Wednesdays are when they are usually released. All sorts of different things. Check out my various uploads, my various playlists to show the kind of things that I do upload. Please like this video if you liked it. Share this video with friends if you have writing friends who you think might benefit from some of these tutorials or these little pieces of writing advice that I have. Please send it to them. Every little bit helps. I'm really trying to make this channel something that helps out a lot of people and also allows me to pass a few hours in the evening every once in a while.